Hey, happy Friday, everybody. How are you? Hoping that you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. So, we are about to start talking about And Just Like That, episode 10. And I want to say next week's episode is the last one. Oop, there's Nikia. Hey, Debbie, I see you. And Fuller. People have the most interesting
Hey,
names on their social
good.
media. Hey, girl, hey.
I decided to
How are
switch it up.
you?
You look like you switched it up too.
Good.
Are you traveling?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually in Baltimore. I'm actually in a hotel room in Baltimore. I just got here a little bit earlier today. I'm here for the Vegan Soul Fest, which I am a moderator on one of the panels, but it's one of the biggest vegan celebrations in the country. Two Black women organized this. I want to say they've been doing it almost 10 years, but I mean, when I tell you it's like over 12,000 people have bought tickets for this thing, it's huge. And I'm happy to be a part of it and be one of the moderators
Awesome.
on one of
Awesome.
the panels, which will be about
Okay.
Black
Okay.
vegan
Come through.
women. So I'm excited.
So I
Come
just
here.
got
Come
back
here.
from the Air and Water Show media preview. I was there. That so every year
What's
Chicago
that?
throws on this Air and Water Show. Now, I have never been. I'm a Chicagoan and I've never been to it. So this will be my first year going. One of my friends that is in media as well, she's like, hey, do you want to come out? They're having like a little private party at the John Hancock. It's called 360 Chicago, and it's the John Hancock building. As you know, you can go to the 94th floor and just see a 360 view of Chicago, and it is absolutely beautiful. And oh, it is incredible. I actually went,
That
I think
sounds
it was
incredible.
last year on my own dime on the 95th floor, which is their signature room. And you can go and have the whole meal and dinner, and it's so beautiful at night. You know, you see the lights. And so they have the 94th floor, which is just like a bar. There's not a lot of food, just a few concession items that you can purchase, but they have this attraction where it's called Tilt, and the building actually tilts out.
No.
I did it today.
I'm not doing that. No. Mm-mm. And I'm glad you lived to tell about it. I don't do none of that stuff. I don't want to do it. I want no part of it. Nope. Those places with the glass bottoms and you can eat out on the
So I
suspended
did
and
that.
no, I'm not doing none of
rough.
that. No.
I did.
No.
Why not?
Of course you did.
But it wasn't.
Because
I wasn't.
I want to live
like outside. It was.
fine.
You know, you have this like thick glass, and you're holding on for dear life, and you like not for dear life.
What? You're holding on for. I want you to just hear what you're saying. You are holding on for dear life. Why not? That's why.
Okay,
That's why.
I might be exaggerating because
Girl.
I mean it's tilting, right? So you're like literally like this. So holding on would be advantageous. I was.
What will happen?
I would just like
What would happen if
splat
you
into the glass.
lost your grip and you
like
didn't
I'm not.
hold on? I don't know if they invited you to be an influencer or something, but girl,
like
you are not
you're
selling
in this. How can so this is the little area, this is the glass, and there's like a little platform here, right? And so then they have bars like on the side. So I mean, like if if it's tilting and you don't hold on, I mean they tell you, they have all the signs like hold on, but I being me, I have my I have my phone, in one hand because I wanted to get footage so I can make a whole like reel or you know, TikTok or something. And you have to use your arm strength. And yeah, so it's just best to use. It's just best. No.
Have you ever
Oh
seen
yeah,
that show on Fox called 911 with Angela Bassett? You know how it always starts with some crazy stuff like that, like exactly what you're describing, and then the next thing you hear is like, "Everybody, hold on for dear life! Oh no, the glass is cracking! 911, what's your emergency? I'm in this building that's tilting. I'm
like,
holding on for dear life."
Experience. I see someone ask the Tower Chicago. It's actually 360 Chicago. It's in the John Hancock building, and it's their attraction called Tilt. So it lasted like less than 30 seconds. I mean, you're like, you know, I mean, you go tilt, 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 and then they bring you back up.
That's all you need.
So
you don't. So we're doing amusement parks at places that amusement park rides in actual buildings high up in there.
Not like right. I mean, you know, you have to, yeah, you have to look it up. I mean, it does look scary. I think it's more scary than what it really is. But yeah, just look up 360 Chicago Tilt and you'll see it. And they do make it look like it's like, oh my God, but it's really not. It was actually fun. If I can do
you said if you didn't hold
it's
on,
a really good idea because
the grass,
like I don't
glass,
want to be laying on the glass. Who knows? It's dirty. It is very high. It is 94 floors. You're going. I mean, you're on the elevator. You're
what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't tell me your ears pop or something like that. See, you would have been one of those people in that submarine, that Titanic. Let's go search for the time. Oh, why not? Why not? You would have been like, sign me up. You'll be on the Virgin Atlantic space flight. You'll be like, girl, why not? And I'll be like, y'all, we gather here today. I just want to say a few words about Nikia. You know, the tombstone will read. And why not?
I would not do the Titanic, but what about me is I am gonna like try things. Like I'll give it.
Would you do the Virgin Atlantic
no,
space
I don't
flight
want
where that
to
mother
like
and daughter
space
just went?
or underwater does not like thrill me at all. I am very scared to even get in the water here in Chicago, or even like when I went to the Bahamas. Something about like you can't see down there in the ocean that just triggers my anxiety. So no on that. But I have done like iFly. Have you ever done that? No, I'm assuming no. But
yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Scuba diving, skydiving,
this
diving
is
for sharks in a cave. Like,
so you're
none
not
of it.
in a
I'm
plane.
doing none of it.
It's just, yeah.
Oh, so you're like in a container. Now I would do that if it didn't shoot you way up, but it doesn't. You just like suspended. Like I would do that, but I wouldn't do that outside out of the plane.
I don't know how to explain it to you. So I mean, it's a big tube, right? And so, yeah, you're up there, you know? Yeah, I mean, some people have become a quadriplegic from it. There's been lawsuits, absolutely. But that on that note, the reason why is because you have to listen to those safety instructions that they give you prior to doing it. And some people don't, and you can really throw your body off in, you know, out of alignment, neck, You have to be careful. Yes, absolutely. I did it, but I was following I took notes. I'm like, okay, and then do this. Like but I'm warning.
So let's talk about it just like that. Let's just, we're just gonna make a hard pivot. There's no segue into this, so let's just, or out of this. So let's just talk about the latest episode, episode 10 of And Just Like That, which so many things to talk about. My God, we have to start with CARRIE again. I have to say, I told you so. Not you, but you know what I mean? I knew there was going to be something with him being away from home that was going to be problematic. I mean, I still can't believe that she's sold this apartment and that he actually said the words this week that we've been talking about. If he goes there, he'll get mad all over again. He is still holding on. A piece of him is still holding on to all of that. And that's a scary thing because it leaves room for resentment. Like, resentment is alive and well in this man, right? If you can go in that apartment and get mad at her all over again, you haven't gotten past it. It is still alive and well and living inside of you. And I don't care how many places you have sex with her outside of that place.
It was, that's a problem. And I said to myself, ding, 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 ding. He still is harboring some type of feelings, and it's not in the positive. It's very negative, and rightfully so. Nobody is taking that away from that.
Yes.
Feel it.
No one's blaming him.
But the problem
feel all the feels, Aiden. Feel it. We feel
hurrying back or rushing back to sex, and the fact that you guys have not talked about it and you tiptoed around it. And that, to me, should have been the first damn conversation that you guys were having when you started to resurrect this relationship.
Right. It should have given her a great pause that he could not go to her old apartment. It just should have given her a great pause, because if to me, if he's holding on to that, then he should not be in a relationship. It's not time for them to resurrect their relationship. It's just not. And because now with the son, if anything happens, I guarantee you, he is going to blame the fact that because he said, I should have been there, right? I should have been home. So now that is going to be connected to her, the fact that he's not there, and he's having this life with her in this new apartment.
And I actually wrote this down. Go well. I was saying that CARRIE needs to stop using plural. Stop our apartment, is where we live in. No, it needs to be you and only you on that mortgage, insurance, all the things. And if Aiden would like to come and visit, he definitely has a place that he can call home away from home when he stays. But all this you're not French. Stop it now and get to using mine, because you're not. We are not in the we stage because we haven't talked about everything. I'm telling you, at that very moment that he said that, okay, baby, let's take a step back now. Let's talk.
Yes. I don't even know how she went from her, stoop to an apartment, to a hotel with him.
Yes.
I would have been like, let me give him some space. We need to workshop this. We need to kind of figure out what's going on. And I mean, his kids don't seem to be at peace with the fact that he's in this relationship. And that's understandable. But for that kid the way that Aiden cried, hats off to John Corbin, because that was some acting, girl. I felt that. That was from the depths of his soul. He was crying so hard.
When you're in therapy and you're unpacking some deep, deep underbelly underbelly shit, you know, and you that one. That's the one. That's the one. And that is probably tears from years ago. He is just all coming and pouring out the emotion. I should have been there. He's probably, that's all that emotion tied into that and the whole situation. And this bitch again, now taking me away from not only my family, but girl, he has some pent up, you know, feelings that was let out in that cry. That cry was deep.
Girl, that cry was deep. Like, did you see her trying to find the words to comfort him, and he just put the phone down? He was like, I can't even hear you. He was crying so hard. She was like saying all the things, and he put the phone down. He was like, girl, I can't hear anything you say. Nothing you say matters in this moment. Him putting that phone down, he was not trying to have a connection with her at all. He was like, nothing you can say in this moment, Carrie, can comfort me. It doesn't matter. You don't matter in this moment. We're not even
she
important.
Knew that
all that's
too.
important to me
she
is
could
my
pick up
son.
on that, because after a while, all that John or what Aiden, I'm saying John, girl. Oh, Aiden and you can't do anything. There's nothing you can say. And at this moment, she also probably knew this shit's about to be a wrap.
I think I don't think she made that connection. I don't think Carrie, I agree with you. Like, and the good thing is that I don't think that he is there. It's a shared lease. I do think it's her, you know, or she purchased that. I don't think it's a shared thing. I think that she owns that place outright. I think he has his place, and I don't think that, like, so I don't think that's an issue. But I do agree she needs to stop saying our, and you know, she is caught up in a very dangerous moment. At least she got past the whole big was a mistake, and now they're trying to rewrite the narrative. I don't know if you heard them talking about, well, you said you made a mistake, you know, with us, kind of thing, like not making it about big anymore. But I'm like, no, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. And the North remembers.
We got the receipts,
we remember what you said. We got the receipts, boo. We saw you kill him.
Right.
Now you're going to say, oh, wait, let me take that back. We saw you let him die. And then I won't be as harsh. We saw you let him die. And then you're going to say it didn't matter. It was a mistake.
No, I mean,
was it all a mistake?
And rightfully
I'm
so,
sorry. I'm so bothered by that. But okay.
Those words were so wild to me. The fact that, you know, after all the shit has hit the fan, now it's a mistake. And are you saying that to impress Aiden? Yes, you have to be, because then an episode later you're talking about, I married a great man and he was a great love of my life, and we had a great marriage. Like, girl, you will get slapped. Don't let me get this folding chair talking out of your side of your neck. Are you crazy?
Why you gotta resurrect a folding chair? No, but somebody just said that the kid pulled the stunt to force his parents back together. Somebody keeps saying that the little brat, Aiden's kid, really is like trying to fight to get his parents back together, and probably so. But remember, Aiden's ex-wife she's in a relationship. You know what I mean? So, you know, so it's not like she's pining for him, or, you know, that we know of. Who knows what's going on with that? But it's just, the writing is just on the wall. I just don't see how this ends well, but I hope it ends with Aiden saying, girl, I can't do this. I gotta go. I can't be, you can come visit anytime you want to, or you can move here with me.
I mean, Aiden
and she's not going to leave New York.
I'm 100% sure that he's going to say, no, I can't do this. I can't, I need to be here for my son. You know, Wyatt is wilding out, girl.
Somebody said his first call this
girl,
episode, he called his mom and dad. He having problems.
that little boy,
Somebody
I couldn't
said
believe
that.
it.
Leo.
He needs therapy. I don't know what's
He's
going
a
on
problem.
with Wyatt, but like,
see, that's going to be it. It's going to be him acting out because his parents aren't together, and his mom has moved on, his father is moving on, not spending as much time at home. There's just, those kids are too young for the parents to be like, y'all just got to deal with it. I mean, the way Aiden cried, bro, I'm surprised he didn't start walking back home. I mean, or girl, I could see him just on they could have done a montage of him on a bus, just taking a bus home, like taking the Greyhound, girl, just taking the mega bus home. I can see that. I can see him just crying on the bus, just all the way home.
oh my God. Girl, when I tell you, first of all, I said, I knew it the first phone call that Aiden had got in regards to Wyatt, and he said mom's being a dick. First of all, I was floored. I'm like, this little boy is so disrespectful, and no one's checking it. Why is this the new way?
That's parent guilt. Yeah, I don't get it. And again, I'm not a parent, so, but I still feel that even as a woman that does not have children, y'all need to get your kids. They need to get their kids on that thing. I don't get it. I'm not saying they got to beat them or anything, but there needs to be some serious discipline going on, because those girls, Charlotte's girls, get away with everything. And there's no punishment.
Lily,
and Brady
asking mom
having
for
sex in the
never.
house. Girl, what? And mom going out in a snowstorm.
Why things
Girl,
are
would have
crazy
chained
in
her
the way
in her
that they are,
bedroom.
because nobody, like, there's no consequences for any of people's actions in these households. I'm just like, what are we doing?
No.
But once Wyatt said, you know, mom's being a dick and all, believe that. I said, okay, this is indication number one. This is exactly what me and Jackie talked about. I said, oh God, it's about to be validated. It's about to go down. It's about to happen, because the way that the calls kept coming, and you know, every time the urgency got more elevated, and then that with the girl, the recap that Aiden had of the story for Wyatt, he did what? He was drinking. And
I know. Got drunk and ran into a tree.
Upset and wanted to drive at 14 all the way to, and Carrie's dumbass gonna say, but he can't drive. No shit, Sherlock. This is why it's a very traumatic event going on right now. This.
I know. And LB Loves Life said, you know, LMAO is literally encouraging today's youth to be more disrespectful. My mom would have never done that. Listen,
no,
mine
and
either. I would not
like,
have. I wouldn't. None of it.
Like you said, I don't believe in, like, you know, physical violence in order to get your point across. I have gotten my point across to my young nieces and nephews, and I haven't spanked anybody. I can give a look of like, we're not doing that. Yeah. And they know. And all you gotta do is, you know, especially when they're young, get up in their face. Now, what did I say? And I talk in this tone right here. We don't need to yell. Now, what did I ask you to do? And I don't have no problems out of my nephews. Not
exactly. Girl, take a phone. Cancel a phone. You know, cancel their phones or do something, like take those phones away. take their tablets away. Like, I don't like do that. That's very damaging for those young people because they live on those phones like so many of us do. But for them, it's such a big deal. That to me is a great punishment. No phones, no
Absolutely.
electronic devices.
What's her name on Sweet
Home.
Magnolia? She knew how to punish her daughter with the quickness. She was Dana Sue.
That's right.
She ain't putting up with that foolishness and get disrespectful and out of pocket with your tongue if you want to.
No. You want to, but not down here in the South, Missy. I don't know how they do it. Them Yankees do it up in New York City.
You know what was funny
down here? No, ma'am.
Aiden, when he said, "I don't want to sit in front of the comedy club because the last person called him country lurch, and girl, I passed out."
Because you saw it, right? It was like, oh yeah. No, but can we talk about that comedy club situation with stupid ass Miranda? She just had to. Why would you surprise someone who does comedy about their life and think that you couldn't be up in there? And then my thing is, if you're gonna leave, go girl, go. Just wait or cover. Do like this. Do like this. La 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 la. But you got to. You're not gonna leave. You got to walk.
You
all
wanted
by
to
the
be
stage,
seen, right?
Like you, right? You know,
you wanted to
like
seen,
right? Like, what are we doing? It's like, just wait. You were there all that time. Put your head down. You go there to support her. If she's going to talk badly about you, were there any lies?
I was going to go there. The truth is hard.
It's hard to hear. Lie.
And that's what happened, because when Che was saying it, I was like, ooh, that's kind of harsh, but true, right? I mean, the way it was delivered may have been a little, jarring, a little off-putting, but nothing that was said was false. Nothing that was said was false. And she was butthurt, girl.
Ooh, shoot. And did you Carrie the entire time? If you watch Carrie was looking at her the whole time. It was like it was stinging.
And then
she was like,
there's no, because the first look of like, ooh, girl, yikes. But after a while, it just kept bing, 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 bing. And
but go back and watch it and look at Aiden's face. Aiden's just like, it's like his face is like,
girl.
I hollered. He was oblivious.
But he
didn't realize any shots were being fired. He was like,
he knows about Miranda and Che, right? Or no?
I would think in pillow talk, I would assume that he knows something. I don't know. Oh, somebody said if Samantha was there, she would have cussed Che out. Like, if instead of Carrie, that she would have cussed her out. The look Miranda gave Che is exactly the look Wyatt.
Yeah, Miranda was so pissed. And she, you know what? Kind of, good. I don't want to say good for Miranda, but like good that Miranda got that, because that's the thing with Miranda. Sometimes you're surprising and showing up where you're not supposed to the hell be. You don't want to tell anybody. And now, because if you had said something to Che and you had said, hey, I would love to come to your show and support you, maybe you would have known, sit this one out, boo, because this is not the one you want to be at. I'm going in.
Right. No. Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, but why, Miranda, would you think, I'm getting surprised. If you look at Carrie's face, and Carrie, I mean, in my next life, I do want to be the type of friend like Carrie is, where she doesn't say everything that needs. Like I would be like, girl, why you don't need to be here. Go home. Why are you trying to surprise her? This is not going to go well. You could distract her.
Me too.
Like that's what I thought was going to happen. That Che was going to see her and have a bad sex. You know what I mean? And boy, I was glad it went the way that it did. But I don't know what Miranda was thinking. Why would you surprise? It didn't end well. Who does that? Who's like, it didn't end well, but surprise?
The thing that was so funny to me, as soon as she said it, my face, you talk about look at Carrie's face, my face was like, I was nervous as fuck. I was like, you're going to do what now? What to who? Like,
I was too. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Somebody said that's karma for her. I agree, Aurora. I felt the same way. I was like, boy, she getting hit. Look at that. I was like, that's something. I was like, Aiden.
Sounds about right.
Aiden was all of us. Yeah. Well, Carrie was mortified. He was like, yeah. After
all
being
of
with
it,
Steve,
girl,
right? He was like,
all of
probably
it.
knows
And
that whole
that's what I'm
backstory
saying.
too.
And the thing about it is,
He probably knows.
I actually
all
wrote
of it.
down
Yeah.
here that it was hilariously awkward. And then my last statement was, stew in your shit. Exactly, Miranda. Stew in it.
Yeah. Somebody said karma always remembers. LB Loves Life said karma always remembers. Oh, El Calrissian said, y'all think Samantha's voice will be on the call with Carrie next week? We know it will. Yes, because that's the finale.
If they don't,
that's what,
I'm
or I think it's the finale. Is it 11 or 12? Well, everybody but you saw the scenes for next week. And we see Carrie's phone and it says Samantha calling. So we know she's calling, but we've read that it's just going to be her voice. Like we won't see her, but that was whatever they agreed to. And they tried to keep it secret, but she will be a part of this season, but in voice only, which was what would now, if they surprise us with her in person, girl, I'll be running around the room.
Girl, I will not be able to contain my excitement for us to get on the live. I will be like Tootsie rolling the whole week. Okay. Because
my God.
So I think I don't think somebody had commented, and I wanted to kind of double back on that. I don't think that Samantha would have told Che off, because Samantha, one thing she gonna do is tell you about yourself, and in a nice, just very like matter of fact way.
Yep.
Let's keep it real here. That was one thing that I loved about Samantha. Yep. She would tell it, honey. She is going to let you know.
Yeah. She would have either walked Miranda out, or went up there and unplugged the microphone or something. Like, she's that girlfriend, and I love her for that, right? I miss her there, and there's just no replacement for her. I mean, with everyone that they've added, you still can't replace Samantha. You know, it's like a giant hole in the space. I mean, but you know, I feel like it's still like this season has been better than the first season by far. You know what I mean? By far. Can we talk about Charolette getting drunk and putting her family in their place? I love that she threw her phone in the margarita pitcher. I love that she came home drunk and told them all off. But I love when she opened the doors. Like, come in, baby. To the dog.
I absolutely, because when she did it, as my note says, over the family, you tell them, Charlotte. That's all I said, because let me tell you something. She warned y'all little knuckleheads,
Yeah.
I'm going back to work. Y'all didn't care. You got attitudes, Lily and Rock, and was, you know, kind of like facetiously encouraging her to go back. Oh yes, Mom, I think this is great. So you can go out, Lily, and do the oochie coochie and rock who knows what. And y'all was really mean to her. She has been there for you, dropping you off, picking you up, taking you to the audition because you wanted to be a model and explore that. Then you dropped it like a hot potato and said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And so she felt the need to identify who she is, going back to her Charlotte roots outside of just being your mama, your wife. Okay. And I'm glad that she did that. I'm glad that because oh no, I gotta get back to my family. And they said, well, this is tradition, girl. You gotta be. And I'm so glad that she said, you know what? Matter of fact, let me do me.
Let me do me. Let me do me. And good for her. Because they have been taking her for granted anyway, right? So I'm glad she stood up to all of them, even the husband who couldn't take the notebook and was expecting her to do it. But Rock would have done without that notebook. Nobody would have gotten it, because like Charlotte told her, you need to pack your stuff the night before and you need to learn from the consequences of that. Now I might talk to your teacher,
girl,
and say, hey, can you do
let me tell you
extra
something.
credit to make up for
my
this?
mom,
but you would not have gotten that notebook.
First of all, she didn't play that. You're packing bags at night, and if you did forget something, she's all the way in Deerfield, Illinois, which is more than an hour and a half out of far out of Chicago. I was living in Crete, Illinois, so it's even further out. Okay, she coming back for a notebook because you didn't do what she told you to do the night before. Girl, work it out. With your teachers, figure it out. And not as a mean mom thing, but
no, figure it out as a learning, as a lesson. I bet she won't forget it again. But then it's also teaching her how, when she makes a mistake, how to problem solve, right? How to negotiate and work things out. There are lessons that come from things like
absolutely
that.
not. My mom's not driving up. And what do you think this is? You know, it does start to teach you to be responsible.
Ain't no way. Somebody said they get a Samantha fix by watching Kim Cattrall on Glamorous. I actually started to watch that last night, but I fell asleep. That's interesting. So what do you think about LTW and the abortion possibility? No. They had a conversation. Remember? I love that they had the conversation. I love that they let her not be happy about being pregnant. Because she felt like, I loved how that was written. I, of course, loved how it was portrayed by those two actors. I loved that whole thing. I love the conversation with LTW and Charlotte about how upset she was about being pregnant. And I think that that's so real. I felt like it was so authentic, that we hear so much about, you know, you're just supposed to be so happy when you're pregnant, and it's just supposed to be this and that. But I think it's fair to feel the way that she felt at this point in her life. She was like, this is supposed to be my time. So many things are happening in her career. How is she going to be able to do all the things, even with help? You know, motherhood is very time consuming.
I totally agree with you. I connected to that moment so much. And everything that you just said, I am piggybacking it 100%. I love the way they wrote this. I love the fact that they didn't make it like, yay, we're having a baby, Tootsie Roll. Like, no, this is going to be hard. This is going to be challenging. And at the very pivotal moment in my life where things are starting to look up, you know, a baby is going to put a hindrance on that. And that is absolutely real, because that's something that we mentioned last review that we did, and last recap is like, God, it just seems like it's gonna, how is this all gonna work? Plus her age, him running for office, her
I
age,
was
and if
gonna
we're
work with
being
him
real,
running
I
for
mean, she's
office, and
portraying
it could
52 in
win.
this. I mean, like, she would be high risk. She would not be able to be ripping and running and going and doing, trying to be pregnant. Like, it just wouldn't work. And I just love the fact of how they did it. Why didn't you get a vasectomy? I did. I thought,
I
because I
love
even
that
wrote in here that
conversation.
she was like, you can see that LTW was feeling overwhelmed with just the thought of starting over, with a young infant again. And I'm so happy they did it like that. And I'm so happy that her husband, there was no shame in it. There was no, you know,
Right. That's what I love, how he was like, if you want to do, like, that's like a real couple moment. Like, if you want to do this, I'll understand. And I love how she was like, I appreciate you said, like, I just love their love. And I love the way that they communicate and relate to each other, because that's a really tough decision for a couple to have. You know what I mean? And just like, she's feeling all the feelings. She can't sleep. It's hard for her to work. She's falling asleep all the time. She's mad at him because he didn't get the vasectomy. Like, she's going through all the things. And that's just the beginning, with a pregnancy. But now we know, that something could go wrong with how things
kind of felt
ended,
like there was a
with
miscarriage
the last scene
situation
of them
going
going
on.
to the hospital. Yeah, because she said it was too late. Yeah. So I feel like, that probably is the end of that. But even before they got that, somebody said that the Supreme Court needed to hear. I know that's right. Her husband's response, her body, her choice. Yeah, but even though it doesn't seem like this pregnancy is going to go to term, seems like it's over. But I love that they dealt with it.
It was
The way
so
that they did,
authentic.
and had that.
I
It felt so
absolutely
authentic.
loved every moment of that. Whoever's writing for LTW is doing a really good job. And I love how, even her discussion with Charolette and like just all of that, just like feeling overwhelmed, finally in your career where you want to be, and then boom shakalaka, like, and it's not that I'm pretty sure as for her, motherhood is a blessing, but it's also very hard. It's not like skip to do my Lou, you're not on the soap operas, where you got 5 nannies, and she even mentioned that even with a nanny, still night feeding, still pumping, still. It would not be an easy journey. Let's put it like that. So
Yeah. Gina Dunlap says LTW needs her own show. I love her so much. I would be all in for that spinoff. But have they talked about a season 3 yet? Have you heard anything? I guess with the writer's strike, though, everything's, we're not going to hear about any of that kind of stuff anytime soon. Can we talk about Anthony and his Italian lover? Because, so let me, I love Anthony, and his dialogue is so funny and on point, but I love that they had this really interesting conversation to me, as as a straight woman. I really never had a conversation or delve into or heard about a conversation aside from like jokes, oh, you're a top, you're a bottom, all that kind of stuff. Like, I never knew for Anthony to say he's never been penetrated, right? Throughout his like that, I was like, wow, I didn't know that sex between men. I really didn't know the inner workings of that. And I've never, whether it was looking at a movie or a TV show, really saw that dealt with in that kind of way. Like, that was a very eye-opening conversation for me between the two of them. And that he was against it. And at first I thought it was about the size of his partner's penis.
Right.
But then it was that this is not what I do.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
it
not
was
what I
very
do.
interesting.
And
There
I
was
was
so
like,
many layers to that
wow.
conversation. Some of the layers I'm familiar with because I have gay friends, and like we get kind of candid about like
I know you get candid, girl. I'm surprised they don't go to your OBGYN appointments with you, like your mom and your boyfriend, but go
so
on.
I've talked
Why am I not
candidly and
surprised?
openly to my gay male friends, and yeah, some of them have not ever been penetrated, and like there is this like whole top bottom thing. The layer that was new to me was just this like, no, I just don't want to do it. Not, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know how significant the roles are. And that's what Giuseppe was really talking about. Like, why do we have to do these like specific roles? And I liked how it showed that in it doesn't even matter like heterosexual or homosexual relationships, there's always these like roles, these in like this line of like what a role is and what, you know what I mean, and it becomes really like interesting to see. There's always this like, you're the man, I'm the woman, you know, or you know, and it how sometimes it can limit us having those specific roles in the relationship. It can limit us from exploring so many things. And so I love the fact that they did that, especially for Anthony, because outside of just being, I don't want that character to just be the comic relief. I feel like let's kind of dig into Anthony's life and who he is and his thoughts and his opinions about certain things that we didn't get in the Sex and the City series. So I'm so happy that they're not just making him the male gay best friend, you know, the funny male gay best friend,
the funny guy,
and he has feelings and he has thoughts and he has emotions, and like even us getting to see him unpack Stanford. And I totally forgot that like they didn't really. Me too.
He was still alive. I thought that they killed him on the show. You know, he died in real life. And I was the same. When I was like, wait a minute, he's a Buddhist monk? Wait, I thought he was dead. You know, because I was like, where's Anthony's where's all the emotion in this? But it was like, because he's still alive as a character on the show. And even still, like, I would be pissed. Until he told me he left me the house, and then I'd be like, well, okay.
But I think that was the writer's
You go
way,
be the
and
best
I'm pretty
monk
sure
you can
may
be.
have heard of them kind of closing Stanford's character and like not killing him off like boom boom shot shot you're dead, but like making it match what's happening in real life. Right,
but not killing another main character.
So
after killing off Big, right? No, somebody's saying he died within the first 4 episodes. No, he just up and left. He didn't die in this show. He died in real life, and maybe that's what you mean. But yeah, on the show he just left. But yeah, I love that. I to your point, I think that's a great point. I love the depth that we're getting from Anthony this season. I love that we're seeing him have some serious conversations about his life. And somebody was saying that the situation with he and his lover in the bedroom, they were saying that that's a multi-generational thing. Like, it's just, you know, the really young guy with somebody who's has more traditional values of how to be in a relationship, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I love that point. I think that's very true, and I appreciate that. As you know, for those of us, you know, he's been around forever, and so we've loved him. But he has been that kind of like, you know, but you know, kind of guy, and has landed those one-liners beautifully. But
it showed us
was great.
And
really,
not to
really
say
good.
that like Anthony never had a softer side, but it really showed us a softer, more vulnerable side of him.
much more. I mean, but this was, I mean, it's way more in depth than anything we've ever seen from him. You know what I mean? There were touching, like you said, soft moments when they, you know, were getting married and things like that in the movies. But this was just, oh, it was so good. It was so good. Did you see? You didn't see the scenes for next week?
No, I have not seen the scenes, and I will not see the scenes. And I never stay for the full credits. No.
But you're going to be in a building that tilts. And you're going to be in a vat where you're flying. I mean, I don't get it. I'm like, what you did?
When I go for shock, I go for shock.
I mean, it makes no sense.
Really, because I love the feeling. For me, this is of experiencing new things. So when I watch the previews for the next, it's not like I kind of, okay, that's the same. No, shock me, surprise me. It's authentic. I love it.
Well, speaking of shocking from this episode, how about Naya's husband and the whole baby thing, and her buying that $1,000 baby carriage to show him? I was like, have you lost your mind? If you don't go to Michael's and craft something or do nothing at all, I would do nothing at all, because even though he wanted children and she didn't, and they were, you know, they had a disagreement about that, the way that he was going about it, going on the road, you know, and then he's got this girl in this room, you know, in the relationship before you start doing all that stuff. And now he's got a baby on the way, and she's going to like it and put all these happy for you emojis. And now she's buying a gift. If she goes to the baby shower, I'm like, she's going to have a break, because she's being passive aggressive. And it's like, girl, stop playing the game with yourself. Let yourself feel the emotions, because she's pissed about it. And she needs to experience that, but I feel like she can put all that energy into the moment we've been waiting for, which will be happening next week.
I'm pissed you told me, though.
You would have felt the same way if you saw the tease for next week.
I wanted to see it in the moment. You see, that's in the moment, not now. You little hellion girl. I thought Andre was doing, first of all, I wanted to throw the damn laptop at Andre all the way from where she was to where he is. He was doing way too much. Now, why would you're purposely trying to evoke some type of emotion or make me feel some type of way, sending me a little funky baby shower invite. I'm not going. And the fact that you would think I would want to go is.
But she liked when they posted that they were having a baby. She went on to social media and
she
put
did.
all
What
these
was
happy,
this?
congratulatory emojis.
Miranda?
Yes, if you listen to the conversation that she had with Charlotte, I'm sorry, with Miranda, that came out in that, and now she's like on top. She's like, I went overboard with the emojis. Right.
Yeah,
like, reel it in, back it up. What are we doing?
Or please take me off your mailing list and
done.
Blocked and blessed.
Blocked and done. Blocked and be blocked and blessed, as they say.
Oh, no.
Blocked and blessed.
So
go on with your life.
Because I was like so confused. And $1,000, and I'm a girl.
And to show them, I mean, like, I'm gonna show them that, look, girl, I would, like Miranda said, leave it alone. Miranda finally giving some great advice in the right way, you know. But it's like,
yes,
Miranda gonna hook up with that. I'm good with that.
Oh, she's
that
tall
lady that she
knows.
That's happening. I'm just glad she didn't go running after her. So, can I walk with you? Are you going my way? I feel like I was like, just go on, Miranda. Go on.
Because you
now.
know she
Just
gets
let
real
it happen
goofy acting
naturally.
and real
Don't
ditzy.
don't
Like, girl, stop it. Yes.
Oh God, it's
But yeah, like
killing
with
me.
Naya, I did not understand that. But now that you're saying she's saving up all her energy, ooh, they really played us though, didn't they? With Tucson, they dragged it out, honey bunny.
They did.
For the life of me, I'm like, wow, we're coming
He's
up
coming.
to the end of the season, and this man has not made a return. And somebody had commented and said, I don't think he's coming back. And me and you were like, oh, absolutely not. He's too big of an actor to not have him back. Yeah. And so I started
You're not
to
gonna have a big
feel
star
like,
like that.
oh damn, maybe
Not
that
like
person
that.
was right. Maybe they wouldn't have. But I was like, this just wouldn't make any sense at all.
Girl,
Yes.
they are setting us up for next season. Girl, I was so happy to see his face. I mean, I might stay up until
Just
midnight on Wednesday just so I can see the episode when it hits. I might just stay up. I might not be able to wait until I get up on Thursday. Because this out of everything,
and she better
is what
use all that
know,
practice that she
that's
used
what I want to
we
see
don't
more
even
than
know what
anything.
that white boy's name was, but she better put it on that man, put it on him, put it on.
I don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but it seems like it's going to be something that is going to be like a story arc at the very least. Like it's going to be something that's going to happen over time, you know. But
Deb
this is like is it the last episode or is it 2 more? Are there 11 or 12? Okay. So next week, because that's when we see in the previews that you didn't want to know about, that we see the call from Samantha. Well, you know it was coming. We see Samantha's name come up in her phone. So
Now,
yeah,
can we talk about
that's supposed to be in the last
Seema
episode.
love bombing Ronnie?
Seema, I can't put my finger on her. That girl is all over the place. She's just all over the place. I mean, how I think she let it slip out in the heat of the moment. I agree. Thank you, Deb. Deb said 11 episodes. I do think she let it slip out, but I'm surprised she didn't say, I didn't mean to say that. Or I know I said that, but I said it too soon. Just kind of found she seems like somebody who's so in control for the most part when it comes to men, even though she is very emotional. Like, I didn't mean to say that. She says what she means to say, even if it's not the right thing to say, she's gonna say it. I just felt like she could say, you know what, in the heat of the moment that slipped out, but you know what, you good, we good,
So I
though.
think what it is with Seema,
it just like, what are they doing
she has
with her?
never been in a situation where she's emotionally vulnerable. I think that when she is liking Ronnie. I believe that she is starting to have feelings for him, but I think that she is not a novice when it comes to regulating those emotions, or really like she's guiding with emotion first, and that freaks her out a little bit, and she doesn't know how to like process it, and doesn't know how to really like, oh my God, I told this man I love him, because I really believe in that moment, and I've been there, where you are making sweet passionate love and you want to, oh my God, I love you. What is that? And you don't know how to like after distinguish that was a sex talk and only that, and to be able to say that, or just really feel those emotions. I think she's scared. I think that she's tiptoeing around like being vulnerable, and that is gonna make her seem very erratic, very like all over the place, because it's new. It's a new territory for her. I mean, she's
Yeah. But I don't know. And people are saying it doesn't make sense when they heard her say that, and even being upset about it, people are saying they were like, huh? You know, like, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I do want her to find love. I like this guy, but I feel like she's been so guarded with herself. Of all the people to let her guard down with, why would you do it with this guy, this slick, Hollywood producer type with all the, like, why would you let your guard down with him after every, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm
Yeah,
curious to see where it goes.
he's
The situation with the two of
I
them.
don't know,
But I
like
mean,
the initial introduction to Ronnie, it seemed like, girl, this is not the one you want to fall in love with. This is someone that you want to just keep it casual and
have some fun. Just, yeah, go to nice dinners, have great sex, travel, go on great trips, like do all the things, but
no,
don't fall in love. Like not with this one, not
no,
yet. At
like
least,
he is the
no,
what
no, 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 no.
Molly, girl,
You
Molly,
in danger, girl.
you are
You in danger, girl. Because I don't know why she would say it if it wasn't in the
yeah,
back of
no,
her mind.
this
Like it
one
just
is the
doesn't make
one.
sense.
and
I was
and
like,
and
ugh,
keep in
no,
mind though, like,
why?
again, she proclaimed it to Carrie. She has never found the great love, so her discernment, I think, is not going to be the strongest. I can smell and see a fuckboy a mile away. I can see when, you're not the one for me to be pouring all the love out to. You're the one for me to just, have a little fun. We go out and, you know, no,
And
I
that
honestly
seems
think
to
that
be who
if
she
she's being
is,
honest with
right?
herself, she yearns to have a partner or someone that she can have a great love with. I feel that right now she's doing a lot of masking, and a lot of like, just, how, like, if you feel that it's kind of a lost cause, for you to ever find that person, you're kind of like, whatever. But deep down, you feel like someone love me. Dang, what, like just a little one time. I feel like that's where she is. She does want someone. She yearns for it.
I think she wants someone, but I think she's so guarded, that it's hard for her to connect, with the right person. Like, because her guard's up, her walls are up. And so she cuts things off so quick. She runs in the other direction. She's all over the place emotionally. She's a mess. So I don't know. Gina was saying, isn't he just like her? I don't know,
Yeah.
because I don't know who she is
Well,
now.
you said her
I
walls
can't
are
put my
up. Well,
finger
he's coming
on
and
her
breaking them
character.
down, girl. Breaking them walls down, literally and physically.
Maybe. Well, so
Well,
much for
when
that
you're getting
Hamptons trip. She forgot all about the
the
Hamptons
walls
house,
taken
huh?
down.
Calm down. Calm down. All right,
I
before we
have
wrap it up, are
started
you watching anything interesting right
rewatching, and
now?
the only reason why I'm rewatching is because they say sometimes when you rewatch something, at a different time and era, like as you get older, you have a different perspective of it. So I'm rewatching Insecure. I just got done watching Full Circle on Max. So good, huh?
Oh,
No.
yeah, yeah. Who's in that? Zoe
Claire
Saldana?
Danes.
No. Who's in
Um,
it?
uh, is his name Patrick Oliphant? I don't know his first
Oh,
name. He's in so many things. He's been in San Clarita Diet. Uh, Timothy Oliphant. He's in.
Timothy
No,
Oliphant?
we haven't started that
Girl,
yet. I
from
feel like
Justified? You don't watch
Justified is
Justified?
not a night show. Is it a night show? Is it like, because I can't watch like Hijack, I would watch that early in the day, girl. My anxiety and the way I'll go to bed and I'll have nightmares. Yes.
Yeah, you Justified is definitely a lot of action, a lot of shooting and things like that, a lot of violence, but not hardcore based on what's out there. But it really is great writing, great acting, great storytelling. Justified is one of my favorite series, and now it's a reboot and it's back. Him, 20 years later or something, like it may not be that long, but years down the road.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah,
He
you
is
should
in
watch it.
so
It's really
many
good.
things.
Oliphant is one of my favorite actors.
I
love,
always see him. I'm like, this guy again. He gets the roles,
yeah.
honey, and he comes. Yes, yeah, but
Yeah, girl,
I would,
Raylan Givens from Justified.
yeah, I highly
Marshall,
recommend
Raylan
watching
Givens. I
Full
love him. But
Circle if
yeah,
you
okay,
can.
so
Very
you're,
interesting.
you're watching
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Full Circle. I'm gonna watch that. Oh no, I gotta watch Amanda Seales, who has a new docu-series that she produced herself. You can buy it for $15, I think, on her Patreon channel. I definitely plan to watch and support her because I love that she paid for this on her own. She's putting it out there. Amanda Seales, I think it's called In Amanda We Trust or something like that. Definitely support her. She is amazing, and so brave and just out here doing. So, if you're worried about not supporting streamers and networks and all that stuff, this is independently done.
Okay.
So Amanda Seales and Amanda We Trust, definitely watching that tonight.
Yes, girl, I finished
But have
that in
you
like 2
watched
days.
Survival of the
Yes.
Thickest?
That was so good, and I
Right.
love that it was not your.
How good was that?
It kind of had like a little bit of a corny element to it, but I love that because sometimes I like light shows that are, they're not like, yeah, not giving you all the drama, but
depth
definitely giving you some. I love the what was her friend's name? The male.
I can't remember his name, but that's Tone Bell. I love him.
Do you know him?
I DM'd him. I was like, dude, I just watched it. Yeah. I was like, I just watched it and you did your thing. He was so, like, it was good on all levels, all the characters, but he was really excellent. And what's interesting? Tasha Smith is a twin, right?
No, I didn't know that.
She and her sister played the same character. Yep. Yep, they definitely did, because I was watching an interview with Michelle, the main character, and she was saying that Sidra and Tasha were both in it. And I was like, I didn't see Tasha's character. I was like, oh, and if you look, because even though they're identical, even with identical twins, you can see the difference there. You look sometimes,
yeah,
and you'll see that.
You know what? That's funny that you say that, because
Tasha,
there was an episode that I was looking and I was like, wow, Tasha looks different. And
right? I said the same thing, and another girlfriend of mine said it to me, and I was
the
like,
sister, and even the
like,
voice was kind of different. Because Tasha's really like raspy, and I love Tasha. I love her. I love Tasha. Yeah,
I love her. And you would love Sidra. I mean, I know Sidra better than I know. I mean, I don't know Tasha at all. I mean, I know her, but like Sidra living in Harlem and just being like, I know her. I love her. She's amazing. And so it was interesting that they both played this character in the thing. The same thing. I was like,
yeah. And so, but Tone, I loved his and character. I love the layers. I love the fact that, like, some of the things when it came to like relationships and him not knowing his way and his footing and how to approach certain things, and going through the journey of being from, a fuckboy to now really just getting in tune and touch with his feelings. And like, I love the unveiling of that in each episode, and to see that, and to like, to see him grow, as a man. And that they showed that there's nothing wrong with you know, every black man that's a character doesn't need to be a player, and that's all I'm doing is just humping every girl. Like, yeah, he had his little time doing that in the first couple of episodes, but by the end, he was like, it was so beautiful.
Oh my God. It was such a beautiful storyline. And you know what else I really appreciated in this, and it made me think about, and just like that, the way they dealt with Tasha's character's sexuality, right? Like how they brought the therapy. It wasn't just like all of a sudden she goes from men to women and there's just no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was jarring with Miranda, especially after all. It just made no sense to us, right? As people who have been following her for all these years, in the way that she did it, to just but for Tasha's character to do it, have a therapist talk to her and have her acknowledge what she's going through and really come to terms with what she was dealing with, right? And then we see her leaning into that. Like,
they
it was
did an
so
excellent
beautifully
job at
done.
that. And
I love the way that they did
with
that.
the therapy aspect to it, it gave us a more like, okay, this is who she is. It's not like with Miranda's character where she's just flapping in the wind, and don't know left from right, and starts doing
out
like
there
rash things. I kind of felt that, like, Tasha's character came in the gate with a little bit more openness than, you know, what Miranda's character would be, but definitely more openness and more of like, she's
definitely
confident in herself in this Tasha's character. And that was just an additional layer to unveil the true, I forget the character's name, but that true person. So yes, I thought that was like beautifully done. I thought it was there's, you know, certain things also too with I don't, because I've watched it some time ago, so I don't remember every character's name, but Michelle's character, I love how they, you know, talked about weight and you know, age, and unpacking, like, you know, trying to make it in a creative field. Her being a designer, it's hard, you know. And so yes, I love that show. I hope they do a season 2. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went through it in like a day or two, girl. I was like, okay. No, I think that was her name on the show.
Mabel. No, Mabel is somebody from something
girl.
else.
It was something with the M.
Was it Mabel? It might have been. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Friday, everybody. And we will see you next week for the season finale. I know.
Mavis.
I know. Gina, we loved it too. Gina said she loved it. It's Mavis. That's what it was. It was Mavis.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Mabel is from something else, but Mavis.
Have a good rest of your weekend.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you. You too. All right. Bye.